Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning, Lagos State. Good morning, Ifako. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Ifako Radio here to the world. I am Nado Esther. With me here is.
Yes, I'm Orlando Otiosho. Good morning, everyone. Nice to have you back, Esther.
Thank you so
been
much.
a while.
Okay. On our newspaper review today on the Punch paper I have here, Lagos resumes second phase of Ogudu Ifako bridge repairs. Lagos resumes second phase of Ogudu Ifako bridge repairs. The Lagos state government has announced the resumption of the second phase of repair works on the Ogudu Ifako bridge inbound island, scheduled to commence on Wednesday. This was disclosed in the statement on Tuesday signed by the Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiyemi. The traffic advisory issued by the ministry provides alternative routes for inbound motorists. Vehicles heading to Oshodi from Lagos Ibadan Expressway or toll gates can use the Ojota Slip Road to connect with Ikorodu Road inward Anthony by Taxi Park. Motorists traveling to Victoria Island may link through Ojota Slip Road to Ikorodu Road inward Anthony by Town Planning Way. Continue to Bagada, then across the third mainland bridge inbound to Lagos Island. Drivers from Ikeja and surrounding area can proceed via Maryland to Ikorodu Road from Shaw Williams Avenue, then use Echo Bridge to Outer Marina. The commissioner explained that the repair work follows a review of the traffic management plan to ease congestions experienced during the first phase of the project. The appeal to motorists to cooperate with traffic management authority officers, maintain lane discipline, and make use of provided alternative routes, the statement partly read. This is a good one from the Lagos state government trying to fix the road Ogudu Ifako bridge repairs.
I think that project has been around for a while now.
Yeah,
from what the story says, it's the second phase, and the earlier the better. It is for the convenience of all Lagosians, so as to have a good network of roads. All we need to do is to adhere strictly to the directives of the traffic control officers and ensure that we are as patient as we can, because once the road is fixed, at least it will serve all Nigerians, and that will be good for us. So
Lagosians can be patient, so they have that trait.
but we don't get judged now. Now that this is necessary and they've initiated it already, we only need to comply. That is a message from here to all motorists, so that we can have a good network of road. And I'll be coming from the Nation newspaper. The headline here says, military eliminates terrorists. Arrest 13, rescues 15 in nationwide crackdown. Military eliminates terrorists. Arrest 13, rescues 15 in nationwide crackdown. Troops of the Nigerian Army have killed scores of terrorists and arrested 15 others in a series of coordinated operations across the country. A military source told the Nation late Monday night that troops also rescued 15 kidnapper victims during onslaughts conducted from August 29 to 31. That's within the bracket of 2 to 3 days. According to the source, troops recovered a larger cache of high-caliber weapons, ammunition, explosives, and illegally refined petroleum products. Providing details on the successes, the source revealed that in the northwest zone, troops of 17th Brigade in Katsina State and 1 Brigade combat team in Zamfara State rescued 12 kidnapped victims from terrorist captivity. So we say bravo to the 17th Brigade troops in Katsina and that of Zamfara. That's the 1 Brigade combat team, for a good job well done. We pray that God will continue to strengthen them, and may they continue to achieve such success as we stand against terrorism, banditry, and the high rate of kidnapping as far as the nation is concerned, because security is the key. Everybody should be able to go to bed with their 2 eyes closed. We should be able to ply our roads without having any fear or being kidnapped or what have you. So we say kudos to the military.
Yeah, it's a good one. And it's getting to recover people. And that would link them to others. But by the time they
Definitely.
start interrogations,
Mhm.
you will see that they have links to other people that also work in the same business
Exactly.
with them.
And families are also reunited because may we not fall victim of such a situation. But those that were kidnapped, they know what it means to be in captivity, and that's a very negative one. But the family that have been reunited now, there will be joy in the air for them, and that's a good one.
Yeah, I once had a friend that was kidnapped, so it's not easy for him.
Wow,
When he was telling us the story, I
that's
was
a
looking at
terrible,
him and
that's a
that was
terrible
the
one.
way. He said they beat him and the way he was explaining everything. So just God had to rescue him.
It's like someone that has gone to the gate of hell and eventually returned. It will be as if God let me away from this slumber.
Okay, still on the punch, I have here strike threat. Resident doctor give federal government 10 days ultimatum. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors on Monday issued a 10-day ultimatum to the federal government and relevant agencies to meet its welfare demands, warning that its members will embark on national strike if nothing is done before the deadline. The doctors, in a communique signed the NAD president, Dr. Tope Oshundara, General Secretary, Dr. Oluwashola Odumbaku, and Publicity and Social Secretary, Dr. Omoha Amobi, said the decision follows the outcome of its extraordinary National Executive Council meeting held virtually on Sunday. NAD recalled that in July it had given a 3 weeks ultimatum, but in the interest of industrial harmony, the NEC extended it to another 3 weeks to allow the National Officers Committee engage with stakeholders. It noted that despite the extension, the federal government failed to fulfill its promises. The communique reads, the ENEC condemned the failure of the federal government to fulfill its promises, nothing with dismay that a substantial number of resident doctors remain unpaid for the 2025 medical with residential training fund. The government has also refused to pay the outstanding 5-month arrears arising from the 25% to 35% consolidated medical salary structure review, as well as other long-standing salary arrears. The INEC expressed displeasure over the unjust downgrading of the membership certificate of the West African College of Physicians and Surgeons by the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, as well as the persistent non-issuance of membership certificates by the National Postgraduate Medical College of Nigeria. I thought, because I know some time ago they gave the federal government 3 weeks, according to what the news even stated, that they should answer them, even though the war strike, and nothing was done. That is actually another good one from the federal government, trying to play with the health of people, because if there's war strike, there will be a problem.
I won't want to jump to a conclusion that nothing was done, but nevertheless, they should sit on a round table talk. It is expected at this point that both parties should compromise. As a matter of fact, they need to shift ground. If the government can see where they can meet their demands, at least halfway, the resident doctors should also do so, because we're talking about lives here. And it is when we are in good health that we can discuss other things. But unfortunately, there are so many looming strikes. Because if you look at it, recently the ASU has also been threatening. Now is a resident doctor amidst other organizations. Before we know it, the labor union will also come with this. So government need to give audience to the yearnings of all these people and see what they can do to ensure that resident doctors don't go on strikes, because we have a lot of people lying critically ill at various hospitals, and once they go on strike, that could cause a serious setback, loss of lives, and what have you. I pray that they give listening ears to resident doctors. And there is this headline here from the Nation newspaper, and it is a political story. It says Obi's return to run in 2027 will kill PDP, says Wike. Obi's return to run in 2027 will kill PDP, says Wike. And the writer says a comeback by him can't happen. Be wary of hypocrites, Minister cautions Jonathan. There's no room for former Governor Peter Obi's return to the People's Democratic Party, PDP Federal Capital Territory. Minister Nyesom Wike said yesterday. According to him, those who win the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate to run for president in 2027 on the ticket of the PDP are plotting the death of the opposition party. Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed in the loudest voice among those canvassing Obi's return, following zoning of the party's ticket to the south. The idea was first broached by one-time Information Minister Professor Jerry Ghana. Former President Goodluck Jonathan is also being lured with the party's 2027 presidential ticket by some PDP leaders like former Jigawa State Governor Sule Lamido and Governor Mohammed. I think this political story has been around for quite a while now. Almost on daily basis, we see stories of either Peter Obi, what's it called, Goodluck Jonathan. But the good thing is that the former president has spoken. He said he has paid his price, he has paid his dues, and I don't think he's coming back to run because he's not been actively involved with any political party. Yes, talking about being an elder statesman, he's been doing wonderfully well, even in the international world. But talking about sticking to a political party since his resignation from the PDP, he has not been partisan. But nevertheless, for Peter Obi is still very much eyeing the presidential seat. Unfortunately, today he will tell us he's with Labour, tomorrow probably with ADC, and now because PDP has zoned presidency to the south, so it is also like an open door, an open opportunity. But unfortunately, it is ideal that a man should be affiliated with a particular home. It should be known to be here, not one leg out, one leg in, wherever the opportunity is.
Yeah, he wants to go back to PDP. He wants to go to PDP.
Yeah, maybe I should still call it an assumption or a rumor, because Peter Obi needs to be careful at this point. He needs to consider maintaining his credibility, integrity. Because I recall back then, he told the people of Abga that he won't leave them when he was the only governor standing back then. But unfortunately, he left Abga to the PDP after running with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar as his running mate. After losing, he left there to the Labour Party when he wanted to use a platform for presidential ambition, and he didn't get that. That was when PDP refused to zone to the south. He left the Labour Party and he ran. Unfortunately, he came third in that election. But now to leave Labour again, as a matter of fact, he's been part of the coalition of the ADC for quite some time. But because PDP has zoned again to the south, it's like a joker. They're now throwing a corn for fowl to come, and it's like a bait, if you ask me. So he should not follow that shit. He should take a stand wherever he is standing. But I will advise him not to go back to the PDP, because most of the people, even in PDP, does not want it. Somebody like Wike, for instance, Wike is saying if he returns, he's coming to kill PDP. That's a very bad time. So if he maintains his association or affiliation with the Labour Party, he can continue to build that structure. He has gathered some soldiers already with the obedience movement. If you stand with them, then you can, in the long run, make a positive headway. Even if he if he doesn't clinch the presidential seat, at least he will remain credible. That is what I'm expecting from him at the moment.
Exactly. Okay, on the punch again, I have here Nigerian emphasis hit by unpaid rent, salary arrears. Nigerian emphasis hit by unpaid rent, salary arrears. And on the note, the federal government has admitted to mounting financial and operational difficulties across Nigerian diplomatic and consular missions abroad, blaming budgetary shortfalls and foreign exchange policy changes for the strain. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs made the admission on Monday in a statement by a spokesperson, Kimebi Ebienfa. The ministry acknowledged that the challenges has disrupted the smooth functioning of several missions, leading to delay in the payment of salaries for locally recruited staff, allowances for home-based officers, and rent owed to landlords and service providers. The ministry is not aware of the restrictions and financial limitations that placed on the smooth running of the missions, including the inability to pay salaries of locally recruited staff, financial obligations to set providers, rent to landlords, and the foreign service allowance to home-based officers, the statement stayed. While stressing that the situation mirrors the broader economic realities affecting the country, the ministry noted that inadequate funding over the years has significantly undermined the capacity of missions to perform their core diplomatic duties. It is pertinent to state, however, that the Nigerian diplomatic missions are not immune to the economic situations at home and its attendant challenges to government operations. The statement assured Nigerians at home and abroad that the welfare of foreign service officers and their families remains a top priority for President Bola Tinubu administration. People actually complain. It seems they've not paid salaries and rents, and also those at home seeking for allowance.
That is not a good one. I think the Minister of Foreign Affairs should look into that as a matter of urgency. When we have people in other countries and those that were even locally recruited to work for the government of the nation, it is expected that everybody gets their wages as and when due, because most of all these high-ranking officials are also living large, whether we like it or not. So for those at that cadre, they should ensure that their welfare package is intact as and when due. That will further inspire them to be diligent in the discharge of their duties. A situation whereby you're expecting your salary on 24th and you are not getting like 2 months salary, it may lead to misbehavior, and that is where corruption and inadequacies sets in. So the Minister of Foreign Affairs should do the needful as a matter of urgency. And this is a good one from the President to the Vice President of the nation, Kashim Shettima. I deeply appreciate your loyalty. Tinubu hails Shettima at 59. I deeply appreciate your loyalty. Tinubu hails Shettima at 59. I tell people that loyalty is a key thing when it comes to working with a boss. Even in politics, loyalty matters. Some people will even tell you that loyalty should be 100%. You cannot have 99.9%. And Ashwani Bola Ahmed Tinubu is somebody that appreciates loyalty. If you look at the crops of people that work with him, some of them have been with him for quite some time, though some he lost during the course of the 2023 presidential ambition. I won't want to mention names, but let me quickly go through the story. President Bola Tinubu has expressed heartfelt felicitations to Vice President Kashim Shettima on his 59th birthday, praising his loyalty, partnership, and dedication to building a better Nigeria. In a personal message, Tinubu celebrated Shettima's vibrancy and unwavering support, calling him a trusted ally in their shared mission of national renewal. Today, September 2, 2025, presents another unique opportunity to celebrate you, my brother, co-traveler, and Vice President, as you mark another birthday. Since we embark on this journey, united by the shared vision of building a more prosperous nation, your courage, sense of duty, tenacity, determination, and belief in Nigeria's greatness have remained unshaken. I deeply appreciate your vibrancy, loyalty, partnership, and support as my deputy, Tinubu said. So from here, we are also saying congratulations and happy birthday to the Vice President of the nation, Kashim Shettima. And this statement should also put to rest the rumor-making round, the insinuations and assumptions of people that Tinubu will likely drop Shettima come 2027. So he has said now that he's loyal, and since they started this journey together, it has been to build the nation Nigeria. I hope they can continue to build even through the next dispensation.
Yeah. Happy birthday to the Vice President once again. Okay, still on Tinubu, we have here Tinubu reform strengthening Naira, says Onanuga. The special advisor to the President, Bola Tinubu, on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, has said the economic reforms introduced by the principal and restoring confidence in the Naira both locally and internationally. Onanuga was reacting to a report that some Chinese traders have begun accepting Naira in place of the United States dollar for transaction with Nigerian customers. The report stated that the forex traders have attributed the recent exchange rate stability to the success of Nigeria's currency swap agreement with Chinese traders now collecting naira for its currency, the yuan instead of dollars. They also identified peer-to-peer foreign currency trade as one of the factors that is contributing to the stability of the naira. Peer-to-peer foreign currency exchanges provide users or individuals with an online platform where they can exchange currencies with one another, cutting off intermediaries like banks, foreign exchange services, and other institutions. According to the report, the traders stated that these factors are helping to put less pressure on the naira. This is a good one for the governor trying to strengthen
Strengthen the
naira.
naira.
It's because then I know I heard the naira was the least among all currencies.
And that was a serious minus factor. If you go to even the neighboring country here now, Benin Republic, I recall if you have 1,000 naira, you get more than 3,000 naira of their own currency. But now, reverse is the case. So if the government is seriously working about that, it is a plus that they said that the Chinese
Chinese
is
want to start
accepting.
collecting naira.
Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. So we need to strengthen the naira to improve our economy, to also be able to trade internationally, and that will be a welcome development. But I hope Bayo Onanuga is not just singing that we just want to see the manifestation of what they're talking about, and that is when we can go ahead to applaud the government. Yes, we know it is not easy to lead. We know they are putting in place efforts, but let there be manifestation of it so that Nigerians can smile in the long run. Yes, I'll be proceeding with the Tribune, Nigerian Tribune newspaper. And the headline says, I will deduct 1 million from Tinubu's vote in 2027, says Senator Marafa. I will deduct 1 million from Tinubu's vote in 2027. That was a statement coming from Senator Marafa, and this is a political story. Senator Kabiru Marafa, a former chieftain of the All Progressive Congress in Zamfara State, has vowed to deduct 1 million votes from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's total votes in 2027. Marafa, who represented Zamfara Central in the Senate from 2011 to 2019, recently quit the APC, accusing the president of use and dumpster. While speaking on politics today, the Channel Television program on Monday, Marafa said he's resolved to ensure 1 million votes is deducted from Tinubu's total votes in 2027. This is, to me, it is appearing like a vendetta. You do me, I do you. You slap me, I slap you. Because Senator Marafa is claiming that he's been used and done by President Tinubu. And come 2027, you want to do everything possible. Sorry? You want to do everything possible to reduce the votes of Tinubu. I don't know why he will be doing that. Yes, maybe for revenge, or maybe he wants to add value to another aspiring presidential candidate. Yes, but from what we have, I think Marafa has pulled out of the APC. Maybe also with the ADC now, because most of the people that left APC are part of the coalition of ADC. The story further says that I'm going to assure you something today. I am going to deduct 1 million out of Mr. President's vote that he got in 2023. Mark my words, I am going to do it. I would work for it, and by the special grace of God, I'm going to win that. What I don't know here is that was it Marafa that gave 1 million votes to Tinubu? It is quite disturbing. That's a political one, and it is very weighty. Now, whether somebody said that I am paperweight, okay, I am a lightweight, whatever I am. 2027 is going to determine who is a paperweight. I think I've gotten a better understanding. He's only trying to prove a point that yes, it's still very relevant as far as politics is concerned, and it will shock President. We'll wait till then. Time will tell.
Sure, time will tell. Just 2 years' time from now. Okay, lastly on my side, I have on sports from Osimhen to Oshoala. How Nigerian players fared in transfer window. The 2025 summer transfer window saw several Nigerian footballers complete moves across Europe and beyond, from high-profile transfers to the major leagues to quieter switches in smaller clubs. The deal reflected a mixture of career progression, fresh starts, and opportunities for young players to prove themselves. The biggest headline was Victor Osimhen's record-breaking switch to Galatasaray, which made him the most expensive signing in Turkish football history. Beyond him, several established Super Eagles stars, such as Winifred Ndidi, Moses Simon, and Samuel Chukwueze, also changed club, either in search of a new challenge or to revive stuttering careers. Younger talents also took bold steps into Europe, whilst with some leaving the Nigerian league for the first time, while others secured moves from less glamorous European sides to more competitive environments. In women football, Nigerian players continue to spread their wings with a notable move to the United States. The window equally produced drama on deadline day as deals involving Kelechi Iheanacho, Emmanuel Dennis, and Samuel Chukwueze kept Nigerian fans on edge until the final hours. Below are some of the Nigerian major transfers from the window. Victor Osimhen, the Super Eagles striker, made the biggest splash of the window, joining Galatasaray from Napoli for €75 million. The deal is most expensive in Turkish football history. Victor Boniface, the 24-year-old striker, secured a season-long loan move from Bayer Leverkusen to Werder Bremen, finalized on 1st of September 2025 after completing his medical and formalities. Winifred Ndidi, €9.5 million deal, signing from Besiktas, is expected to anchor their midfield as they push for the league title. This is a good one for Victor and his colleagues having to move for career's sake and for growth. But Victor has actually become a record breaker.
So that is the most expensive in that country.
Yeah,
that is the
75 million.
Turkish league, Galatasaray from Napoli. And I think if it is not too late, maybe some of us should even consider playing football because it seems to be very, very lucrative now. Very, very lucrative. Nigerian players, we are happy for you. We pray that you continue to flourish. But most importantly, you should also think of the raining days, your retirement plan. You should make hay when the sun shines, so that the story, like we have in recent past, when Peter Rufai was buried, the lamentation from Terrible West and Guavoin and some of them like that will not continue to repeat itself, so that there won't be tongue lashing when you guys are making way. Just ensure that you make preparation for the raining days. We say kudos to you and we wish you well. And I'll be taking my last headline from the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, still on a political story. It says, I took an oath to serve all Nigerians, not a section. And that was said by President Tinubu. I took an oath to serve all Nigerians, not a section. And these headlines appear to be very similar to what former President Muhammadu Buhari said when he assumed office that year, I think 2015. Yes, 2015, that he was nobody, that he was for everybody. And this sounds so similar. I took an oath to serve all Nigerians, not a section. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reaffirmed his commitment to national unity, saying he took an oath to serve all Nigerians and not a section. He noted that government policies and projects are designed to benefit citizens regardless of region, religion, or ethnicity. In a statement by Bayo Onanuga on Monday, Tinubu said the oath of office he took remains his guiding principle, stressing that every development initiative under his government reflects his promise to serve the entire nation. I took an oath to serve all Nigerians, not a section. That oath guides every bridge, road, rail, power, and health project we deliver, the president said. And this is also commemorating the statement that was published yesterday in one of the Nigerian dailies, that the project being implemented by the federal government, it is the Northwest that has benefited most, with 60% of the total project going to the northwest. This is an affirmation of not being sectional, but all the regions should feel the presence of the government at all times, so that they can testify sincerely that this is a national government and not a sectional government.
Yeah, and let's see. Yeah, yeah, that's them. Let's say 1.5 years to still serve.
Yes,
So
yes.
you can still work something out in the space of how many months? Okay, that'll be all for our newspaper review today. Thank you so much for joining us on Ifako Radio for newspaper review. Follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Ifako Radio, WhatsApp channel, on YouTube, on X, on Instagram. We're all there to give you updates, to give you the gist, to give you reviews, so that you don't get, if you don't have information, you're deformed. So always follow us for more information. Thank you so much for joining us. See you again tomorrow by 10:08 a.m. And I remain Nato Esther.
I remain yours truly, Oladu Olusegun. See you tomorrow.